You know what a lot of men get wrong? We think the answer is always the next thing. Get in shape, make more money, build that business, get the promotion, buy the house, fix the relationship, level up here, level up there. I'm for all that. Get in shape, go make money, go build something. But here's the problem. A lot of men are building beautiful things and a beautiful life on top of a cracked foundation. And eventually that foundation starts shifting and it completely falls apart. Then everybody acts surprised. The marriage falls apart. Business falls apart. Anger comes out. The addiction comes back. The depression comes back. The relationship explodes. And people say, what happened? How is this happening? Why? I'll tell you exactly what happened. The wound you never dealt with finally collected the bill. See, a lot of guys want the blueprint. Tell me what to do, wake up at this time, do this exercise, hit the gym at this time, read this book, follow that routine. And again, that's fine. I could definitely give you all that. That's not a problem. I've met a lot of disciplined, powerful men. I've met a lot of successful men. I've met a lot of men who look powerful from the outside because they are, and some of them, unfortunately, are bleeding profusely underneath because they never dealt with the thing that was driving everything in the first place. I call it the gap before the anger comes out, the gap before you lose your house, the wound underneath that decision, the thing underneath that anger, the thing underneath that fear, the thing underneath that deep shame, the thing underneath the need to prove something to others. Most men don't want to go there because it's easier just to build the muscle than to face your pain. It's easier to make money than it is to tell yourself the truth while looking in the mirror. It's easier to stay busy than it is to get honest. But here's what I've learned. You can outrun a wound for years, maybe even decades, but eventually it catches up and it can destroy you completely. And when it does, it doesn't care how much money you have, who you are, what you've built. It doesn't care how many followers you have, how many friends you have, what your kids think. It doesn't care how many cars you own. It doesn't care how strong you look. It just shows up and it says, hey, we're dealing with this right now. That's why I believe the strongest men aren't the men who pretend they're fine and fake it till they make it their entire lives. They're the men willing to do the deep work, the real work, the work underneath the work. Because once you deal with the wound, now the discipline matters. Now the gym matters. Now making money matters. Now the mission matters. Now your beautiful family matters. Now you're building on solid, stable ground. And that's where a lot of men miss it. They're trying to become powerful and successful without being whole.